That's a big bear. Boo. Good morning, everybody. So today is going to be the first official day of starting the Skoolie build. I'm pretty excited. I did come out here to check because there is 22 seats. They've got 2 bolts, 4 bolts each. So yeah, that's a lot of nuts and bolts to take off. And so I got this, and I was hoping I could just snap them off. Well, that doesn't happen. They just spin. And unfortunately, but fortunately on the same aspect, I can't get to the nuts on the other side because they spray foam insulated the entire bottom of this bus. So I'm actually really excited about that because I'm not going to tear the floor out of here. I don't think. I think it'd be kind of silly to, since how it's so well insulated underneath already. So next thing is, this is what a lot of people end up doing anyways, grinder with a cutoff wheel. So I've got a lot of nuts and bolts to cut off here, and let's get started on that. Alright, so that's a little bit of a pain. And I'm doing this completely by myself. So I'm not going to, some people can try to sell these seats and stuff like that. I'm not going to do that. The only thing I am going to do is I'm going to repurpose some of the bottom cushions into building a couch in here, as opposed to trying to buy a couch. And then 2 of the seats I will actually end up taking and using for like the breakfast nook or the dining room table, if you want to call it that. So I'm going to do this a little bit different than everybody else, because this is just this is a bit of a challenge here. Trying to cut these at an awkward angle and everything. So I'm just going to cut them off at the peg feet there, or whatever you want to call them, where they bolt in, and then take a grinder and grind it out really good. An actual grinding wheel. I think that's going to be the best bet, so bear with me. It's my first time. As you can see, I've got that part off, and then I gotta take the bolts off the wall, which I'll be able to do that. I got the wrenches and the impact. There's Dakota's butt if anybody wanted to see it. What are you doing, Dakota? There we go. Sorry. So yeah, I think this is gonna be the way to go, and then I can just take and grind them off flat with the grinding wheel and pound them through, and then seal it with some liquid nails or some kind of silicone. Hey Dakota. Hey Dakota. So, yep, we're going to get going on this. So, right here, where's that? Little deal. And then you kind of, there we go. Pop the seat cushion off to get to all the bolts. Hey, sweet. Bus is already paying us back. There's a penny. So you do that, and then start taking the bolt. there's that one. I'll take this one off real quick. Ah, come on. And that one. This back one's going to be kind of tricky. Okay, got them bolts loose. I just got, there we go. There. First seat out. Whew. All right, perfect. And I can take and grind these off with the grinder after I get the rest of these seats out. Where's it at? There it is. So I'll just take and put the grinding wheel on, grind these off, pop these little plates up, push the bolt heads through, seal it. So, whew, got a few more seats to do. Whew, okay, that was some work. So I've got that many seats out. That one's just not ready to come out yet. Okay, that one's ready to come out. I'm just using it as a catch-all. So right here is one of the bus heaters that basically only work when it's the bus is running. Some people take those out, but I'm going to leave them in. So when we're driving down the road, there's still a form of heat going. So much garbage and icky stuff I got to clean up. And found a bunch of quarters so far, so that's pretty cool. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seats left. One I'm going to leave bolted in place if everything lines up right. And the other one, I'm going to have to find somebody to help me unbolt it because I want to use these for tables for dinner. So yeah, I'm going to build a couch. I'm going to repurpose the bottom cushions off these to build a small couch right there, because eventually right there is going to be a TV. And then yeah, the rest is going to be recycled. So I'm going to take a short break, get something to drink, cool down in the AC, and then I'll get back with you guys. I got the seats all the way up past the wheel wells. I know I'm jumping the gun here a little bit, but I want to start doing a little bit of measurements and marking things off to figure out exactly how I'm going to do this. Because it's cheap enough. I was going to put a California king bed in here, but I think a queen bed would be just fine. That's, I think, 60 inches by 80, give or take. So I'm going to see how wide this bus is. Should be 7'6", I think. Couldn't find my good tape measure, so I had to buy a cheap one from Dollar General. So, this will give us a pretty good idea here. Yep, 7'6". So that is 90 inches, roughly. Easy. So roughly 90 inches, so the bed would definitely fit in there like this. Or okay, it doesn't want to hook. So let's see where so 80 inches is right here where I'm standing. So I could put the bed like this. Then a cheap mattress. Let's see where 60 inches lands. Right there. So basically I could put the bed right there, but I think I'm going to run it this way. Put it kind of back against the emergency door. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to raise it up a little ways. I'm going to put the water tank under there, For the fresh water, I want some storage under there, and I might even make a little like dog bed area for Dakota. Sorry, my camera decided to quit following me. There we go. Now it's following me again. Technology. But anyway, so I think that's what I'll do is I'll run the bed this way, that I can have storage, have the water tank. I might take the heater and maybe either extend the hoses or just flip it sideways one way or the other, to have heat back here when the bus is running. And then so 60 inches this way, that'd be right about there where that heater's at actually. So if I put the wall right here, there we go. If I made this the bedroom wall, let's do 60 inches. I had to get a fan in here. It's so hot today already. So let's see, where's 60 inches at? So yeah, that'd leave me just enough room to get in here and crawl onto the bed. But the reason I don't want a super gigantic bedroom, you know, I mean, I easily could come to here, which would give me about 3 foot of room. You know, I might do that, because I'll have the bed all the way back against the door. That way I can open the door for storage purposes and everything underneath the bed. I'll build a little wooden box under there. Put stuff in there like extension cords, hoses, stuff like that. Then right here, I could build a little, like a dresser for storing clothes and stuff, and I could even put another dresser over here. So I think we're going to go to about the edge of this plate. I think is what we'll do. Right, because there's 60. Yeah, give me 2 foot. Okay, still following me? Alright, cool. So yeah, I'll do that. And then I can put the bunk beds there. So I had to run up to the Dollar Tree to get some supplies, masking tape being one of those supplies, and I bought a broom to sweep all the stuff out of here, the garbage, the extra nuts and bolts that I got to make sure I pick up. So I'm going to put one mark. There we go. So I'm going to put a piece right here at 60. That'll tell me that's where the edge of the bed's going to be. And then I'm going to put a mark here at 7 foot. And that'll be where the wall is going to be. Okay. Hey, it's connected. So this will be the edge of the bed, and this will be the start of the wall. And I'm going to make it 2x4 widths to go right here, and right here is going to be the door. So I will have the first bunk bed start here, and then go probably to right here. So we're going to take and measure that real quick, how long that's going to be. So 7 foot, don't quite need to be that long. Thinking probably 77 inches, so right here. So we'll put another piece of masking tape there just so we know. That's where first bunk bed's going to be. And then if I have it .30" wide, that'll be there. So another piece of masking tape. Tell me how wide I'm going to make the bunk beds. We'll do the same on this side. .30". So, now that I've got the 2 marks there, oops, sorry. Okay, so I got 2 marks there, so now my hallway is 29 inches wide. It's more than wide enough for me to walk through. So it's more than wide enough for me to walk through. Still have plenty of room. So, yeah. Whew, it is toasty. So I've got to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more seats. And then I've got to unbolt one of them from the opposite side to be able to flip around and mount properly for the table part. Excuse me. So yeah, that's something we'll get finishing here in a minute, but I also got to take all these bolt heads and grind them all off with the grinder. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 times 2 bolts per bracket. So that's going to take a couple. But yeah, I think we'll continue getting these seats out of here and then go from there. So I'll catch back up with you guys. Whew. Okay, so I got all the seats removed except for the one I'm going to use for the dinner table. I think I'm going to have enough room to put that in here. So what I want to do now is measure where I'm going to put the bathroom, where I'm going to put the stove, essentially where I'm going to put the couch and everything else. I still got to remove these seats, but I got to measure everything out over here excuse me, to get a rough idea how much room I'm really going to have, because I might not be able to put a dining room table in here. It might have to be TV trays or something like that. Bus seems really big, but you start imagining how you're doing everything, and you realize I might not have enough room. I mean, the only other option I could do is not put 2 sets of bunk beds. You know, between Catherine and I, we have 3 children. She has a daughter, and I have a daughter and a son. So realistically, I only really need 3 bunk beds. You know, plus the couch would be more than big enough that my son could sleep out there on the couch if he wanted to. So I guess another option I could do is put the bathroom and shower across from the set of bunk beds, and that would give me a lot more room, and I would be able to do a breakfast table and all that, or a dinner table, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to measure things out real quick and just get a rough idea of everything, and then we'll go from there. You guys have any suggestions, go ahead and throw them out. There's no such thing as a bad idea. Well, there is, but so I'll get back with you guys here in just a minute. Okay, so I got 3 seats left to cut off. One I'm gonna leave be because I need it to do the table. So I decided that I'm only gonna do 1 set of bunk beds because the couch will be able to be a bed. I'm gonna make it so the table can be a bed. I'm gonna put the bathroom back here, and then be the refrigerator and a little pantry or whatever for storing food and stuff like that in. The kitchen sink and the oven and everything will be right here, and then the couch, table, and TV if I decide to put one in here. So I also discovered that, you know, these buses are already insulated. It's not really good insulation, and a lot of people take and they gut everything, and then they put these special boards. I can't remember what they're called. They put these boards in, and then they, you know, put regular insulation or whatever. And the big problem is they put the regular insulation and they get stuff that it's got a great R value and it's really thick, and they just flatten it in there. Well, insulation needs to be spread out. That's how it insulates. So when you do that, you're losing your R value. Excuse me. Some people do spray foam insulation, which works good. That's how the entire bottom of the bus is. So that's why I'm not going to bother tearing the floor up to insulate it. I don't know if it came from the factory like that, but I'd be surprised if there's a bunch of rust down there. I'm not concerned with it right now, so I'm not going to tear the floor out. But where the bus seats are bolted to, there's about an inch piece of steel that sticks out, which would be perfect because I can still run the those special boards. Again, I apologize, I can't recall the name right now. I can still run those and put foam insulation around it, so this thing will be double insulated, and I can put the paneling over top of that, so it'll have that insulation plus the bus insulation, so this thing will be double insulated. So I think that's a really good idea. Another thing, people always put a wood stove in here, and I was trying to figure out a spot to put it up front, but I've got the 2 bus heaters, which will keep it warm when we're going down the road. Obviously, when the engine's not running, those aren't going to work. And then I've got the Webasto diesel heater, which appears to only be for the front of the bus, which is fine because I can leave that on and keep it running. So with the bedroom, I was looking at it, and I've got enough room that I can take and put the wood stove in there. I got that little small wood stove from Russian Bear Market. I can put that in there and build a little shelf so it's a little bit up off the ground, not too close to the bed that it's going to burn it or anything. And I could build a little firehouse, so to speak, around it with some, I don't know, maybe some fireproof drywall or whatever, and a little heat reflector. Chimney will go up through the roof, and then I'll put some kind of a vent and with a little 12-volt fan to blow that excess heat out here down the hallway, which will keep the bunk bed area warm, and possibly the bathroom. I might put a separate little vent in there to blow suck the hot air out of the bedroom into that. So I'll have the wood stove back there, which will be plenty enough heat. There'll be storage and everything underneath the bed. I'm going to raise up the floor where the bathroom's going to be. The toilet's going to be sitting up there, and then the shower will be next to it. That way I'll be able to kind of stand in there and shower. Because as you can see, my head's right at the point. Now I do have my boots on, so that's, you know, raising me up about a ½ inch or so. So I decided to do that and get away from the second set of bunk beds. And then, like I said, the refrigerator and some other stuff will be here. And then right here will be the oven or the stove. I'll probably just do a 3-burner, 4-burner stove for right now. I might put an oven in here if I can come across one. That's a reasonable price. And then the sink, there'll be storage. I'm not going to put any cabinets or anything up top. I might put some form of maybe on a slight angle so I can put dinner plates and stuff up there. But, you know, I'm just going to have a cabinet with a countertop with the sink and everything in there. Dinner table, couch there. I'm going to remove the 2 bumpers up front, bumper pads, whatever you want to call them, and build a little half wall there. And that way I can put a child gate up if I need to keep Dakota from running up there, and so on and so forth. And then there is some storage up front. I'm going to do a little bit better job there. And also these right here, I'm pretty sure this is where all the electrical runs. I'm not 100% positive. So I'm going to take one of these off and look behind it, see what's back there. If there is electrical, if there isn't electrical, it doesn't really matter too much, because there will be electrical. And then I can put all the light switches. This is just plastic, and I ordered some hole saws so I can wire everything in and then run the wiring up here for the lights. And you have all the switches, the USB charging ports and everything. There's going to be 1 for each bunk bed, 2 in the bedroom. I'm going to put this special one by the dining room table that reads the voltage, and it's got a regular car cigarette plug and a couple of USBs. So that way, if I have to, I can plug in a power inverter to charge my laptop. Also, I was looking on Amazon and came across some 12-volt LED televisions. They're not smart TVs, but if I get a little Roku stick or something like that, I could watch Netflix when and if I do eventually put a TV in here. Like I said, the couch, I'm going to repurpose the seat cushions on the bus to build that. It'll take, I believe I'll be able to get away with 4. I might have to use 6 of them because of the back of it. But it'll be 76 inches. That'd be plenty enough for somebody to sleep on, or, you know, a couple of people to sit on. So, yeah. I got 3 more seats to remove. I'm going to leave the one where it's at. And then the other one, I got to try to get somebody to come over and give me a hand, because somebody's going to have to go underneath and hold the wrench so we can pop those bolts out, because I'm going to need them in order to put it there. And then I'm going to try to design it so that table folds down, and with enough spacing for 2 more seat cushions to sit in there to make that into another bed. So it's coming along. Whew. Okay, so all the seats are removed. Kind of like I said, I got to save that one and save this one. This one I think I'm going to leave right here. It's amazing how many quarters and candy wrappers that are in here. So I got to clean all that stuff out eventually too. But yeah, I just got to take the grinder and grind all these bolt heads off, pound them through, and I got to seal those eventually. Yeah, kind of go from there. Let's see exactly, do some measurements here and figure out the table. I think, yeah, actually there, it wouldn't be too bad if I put the other seat right there. But still, I don't think it would, yeah, it wouldn't block the television when I decide to put one up. That would give you plenty of room to turn it into a bed. I use this one here, so yeah, coming along pretty good. Actually going a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. Like I said, I'm going to leave the existing everything up, and I'm going to kind of double insulate it. So I'll probably order the wood for next weekend and get this thing framed and insulated. Yeah, and go from there. I mean, there's plenty of room to fill everything in. That Wabasco heater is going to be fantastic. And then all the electrical and everything will be here this week, so I can start running electrical and getting all those plugs in. I'm probably going to just leave this right in the open. I'll just run the paneling up to the bottom of it, and then from there across, we'll leave that emergency exit alone. And I'll probably leave the other one alone too. But so I'll have to cut that out with when I get the paneling up and stuff. So it's definitely coming along. You know, I would love to raise the roof on this, but the price of new steel, I priced it out, and it cost me a little over $5,000 just for the steel to actually raise the roof. So I'm gonna wait until the price comes down, or somebody gives me an awesome you know, the thing. Gives me, I'm drawing a complete blank. Supports me and gives me money, is basically what I was trying to say. So, yeah, I'm not going to worry about raising the roof right now. That'll be in the future. I'll do that eventually. I do want to do my deck different than everybody else does too. I'm going to run a piece of rec tube down both sides, and then I'm going to build the frame for the deck out of steel, but it's going to be angled, so I can put a carriage bolt, 4 of them on each leg to mount it, so I've got all that holding the bus, or the holding the deck down, so I don't have to worry about it blowing off or anything. And then I'm gonna, instead of using wood, I'm gonna use that plastic deck wood that they've got now. That way I don't have to worry about staining it or worrying about it rotting or anything like that. Probably do a 12-foot deck, maybe a little bit bigger. I'm going to put all my solar panels on the back of the bus to charge the batteries and stuff. So, definitely coming along, and I'm going to do a little bit more grinding and see how much of a pain it's going to be to get these bolts off the ground here, or through the floor rather. So, catch you guys here in a minute.